right, man, it's Terence, Crawford, and Errol, Spence happening at the wrong time, or is it past this time? Let's talk about it. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So I might even turn this into a live. I might do a live version of this. Maybe before you see the video, after you see the video, whatever. But yeah, man, you know, my time off next week, I'm gonna work on some more material for the new channel I got. I ain't told nobody. I uploaded a few things on there, but I'm gonna put some more effort towards it. But yeah, you hear them saying, well, it's happening at the perfect time for them. You hear them both say that shit, and that's just to get people to buy the fight. I know, and you know, and also the zeros that they up the score up on the fight. They looking at it from a financial standpoint. Or we held out. But like I said before, when you look at it from that standpoint of view, what if you already cracked this shit already? Everything else after this, you're gonna be worth more. You catch what I'm saying? They feel like they had to marinate to make as much money, but at the end of the day, depending on who wins, it's really a short span of enjoying your celebrity. I don't even say celebrity. Your momentum coming off of this fight. Instead of having this fight at 27, 26, 28, 29 years old and being able to roll into your 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, Crawford about to be 36 and rolling into your 30s with that already under your belt, which gonna make you worth more than what you are, especially if they were to do the rematch or whatever. Now you only get the benefit for a short span of time financially after this fight. Ain't either one of them fighting 10 more times after this. They lucky if they fight at the pace they fighting 3 or 4 more times. So, you know, you could have been clocking this money. You could have been proved your worth. See, they sit there and marinate for one big fight, but Mayweather had De La Hoya, he didn't stop there. Hatton, he didn't stop there. You can go into, you know, Marquez, he didn't stop. He retired, then fought Marquez. Didn't stop there. Cotto, didn't stop there. Oscar De La Hoya, not Oscar De La Hoya, but Canelo Alvarez. Manny Pacquiao, he kept stringing together, you know, every now and again, a really, really big fight. And these guys, yeah, Errol Spence, if he win, he'll be able to segue into blase blah. If Crawford win, he'll be able to segue into blase blah, which would be Jamel Charlo, and for Errol Spence to be Canelo Alvarez. But it's not going to be a string of Oscar, Hatton, Marquez, Miguel Cotto, you know, Canelo Alvarez, Manny Pacquiao. You know, it won't be that string of financial fortune. So at the end of the day, y'all did all this building to get one or two or maybe 3 or 4 big paydays, if you lucky 3 or 4. And it's like, even from a financial standpoint of view, it's stupid as fuck. Excuse my language. Y'all already shop worn. Like it or not, Crawford 35 years old. Like it or not, Errol Spence then took punishment inside and outside the ring. And you know, the biggest punishment that he done took is squeezing his body down to 147 pounds. That's the biggest punishment he done took. You know what I'm saying? Because you know why that's the greatest punishment that he done took? Because you ninjas can't really see it. You can't, it's like Father Time. It's like kind of really, they even neck and neck on come to that. Crawford fighting Father Time, Errol Spence really fighting Father Time in the version of weight draining. You don't know when your body gonna say, ugh. And a lot of times it just happened. You know what I'm saying? It just happened. You didn't have it. You felt like you had a great camp, or you had an average. You know, it's the same about average camp. And then you get to fight night, nigga. You ain't got it no more. Or your legs ain't working. I felt weak. You know, when you dealing with weight drainage, you can start seeing the signs, and you be like, well, I can overcome this. But it hit you just like Father Time, like Shane Mosley. After he almost knocked out Floyd, and Floyd was like, all right, fuck this, I'm about to put it on him. Shane got old in a minute. And that can happen to Terence Crawford too, so of course it's not. Of course, is not. You could say they stay on the same trajectory, age versus weight drainage wise, or whatever it may be. But the fight should have been happening even from a financial standpoint of view, because if you did it a few years earlier, guess what? Since y'all ninjas love taking finances, if you did it a few years earlier, they can't demand you. You can meet their demands. PBC have more money, right? They're not depleted of money. Even though they always, have money, had to make the right fights. So the guarantees wouldn't have been as high, and they could have proved their worth and could have went on and made bigger money down the line. It wouldn't have been over for the loser. The loser still went on and did some things. Wouldn't have been over for the winner. He could have went on and did some things. So even from a financial standpoint of view, you act like they was holding out for $50 million apiece. Canelo had to crawl a little bit before he started making the money that he was making. You ninjas didn't hold out for $50 million apiece, bruh. They might have held out for 20 apiece, and they still won on top of that. Even though they guaranteed 10, let's say they bring home 20 apiece. You held out for $20 million. When Floyd Mayweather just like, okay, boom, I'll take what I get from Oscar. Boom, I'm going to take away that into Hatton. Boom, I'm going to say, before you know it, he making $250 million fighting Patty Pacquiao. That didn't happen overnight. He had to string fights together. He making $300-400 million fighting Conor McGregor. He had to string fights together. That shit just don't happen overnight, dude. It just don't happen overnight. And then we just talking about from a physical and a financial standpoint of view. That's what we talking about, but we ain't even talked about the actual fight. For real, for real. We ain't even talked about, they both ain't even at the pinnacle of their powers. I don't like he was saying, well, we ain't seen peak Spence. Like, huh? All right. You think peak Spence coming? So he might be right. He might raise his game up. But, looking what I seen at his punch resistance versus Ordenis Ugas and etc. He physically looked good. But everything he been through, even before the injury, he was starting to slip and starting to lose focus and starting to get drained and shit. He was starting to slip before the injury. The best version of Spence we seen was Kell Brook and Ocampo. Other than that, every other performance he had, it failed in comparison to that. But yeah, I forgot to unload. I had to load that truck, but forgot where I left off at, but whatever. But yeah, we ain't really got into I think I was talking about getting into the actual fighter stuff. But stylistically, while I think it'll be a hell of a fight, but Errol Spence, they both got some shop worn to them. I think it would have been a different fight 3 years ago. He allowed Crawford to grow into the weight division, find his style in the weight division, find his comfort zone in the weight division. And like I said, some people think, like Lion Killer, like Errol might show his peak in the fight. Could raise his, elevate his game. Some people felt like you seen the best Terence Crawford. You hear Errol saying, well, Terence ain't being pushed yet. He ain't been pushed. We'll see. Some guys can just raise their game up. Some guys fight up and down in their competition. And you got some guys that dominate like Terence Crawford. They don't have close rounds for real. They don't have close fights. And if the fight is close, they, show that it really wasn't close and knock them out. Kind of like Better Be. People say, oh, the fight is close. Well, I got Usyk winning Gosvick. And then Gosvick go for that nap. Just break them down. And obviously the bad thing about Marinated, it divided the black boxing community. The very same people who was accusing some Mexican fans and white fans of being racist and stuff towards black boxers are the same ones being racist or showing bigotry, and I hate to say this, towards another brother, showing a raccoonery towards Terence Crawford. Let's call a spade a spade. It's a lot of the same brothers who's showing a lot of tomcoonery towards Terence Crawford. So the overall experience with me, man, this shit happened in a timely manner. From a financial standpoint of view, it made sense. From a paying customer point of view, it should have happened sooner. From a prime point of view, from both of them being more in a prime and being younger, being spry and less shop worn. And from Errol Spence standpoint of view, he let Terence Crawford look like to get comfortable at the weight. And Terence Crawford looking like he should have been a fucking welterweight the whole time. That's something that nobody else speak on. Terence Crawford like a damn, he should have been a welterweight, the whole time. But then again, what made up for it not being a past prime fight is that Errol Spence's performance versus Dennis Ugas, he looked spry, he looked energetic, he looked fresh in that fight, other than getting almost knocked the fuck out a couple times. But I told you that happened because he didn't respect Dennis Ugas' punching power. And what happened was he got caught with some shots that he didn't see coming. Now he said, I thought my teeth fell out. Yeah, okay. Them motherfuckers drilled up in there, bruh. He hit you hard in the motherfucker because you didn't respect him. And when you got 8-ounce gloves on, I keep saying it again and again. Y'all think that glove provide protection to your jaw? That your fist is is damn near a fucking Louisville Slugger, a metal bat inside them gloves. Them 8 ounces, you gotta respect everybody 8 ounces. So, but I think on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being a prime fight, or 10 being a prime fight. Well, I don't know how to say this. 1 being a prime fight, 10 being past its prime. I'm gonna say it's a 3. I'm gonna say it's a 3. Or if we're going the other way, 10 saying it's prime, let's say 10 saying it's prime, 1 saying it's past its prime. I'm gonna say 7. It's a solid 7. Errol Spence's performance versus Dennis Ugas made it a solid 7. I know he's been out the ring too for a while, but shit, once he ain't getting no trouble outside the ring, it is what it is. They used to inactivity in boxing today, and that's everybody involved. Ain't too many people fighting 3 or 4 times a year anyway. Most everybody fighting once a year. It ain't because they making more money than ever before. It's because ain't no television days and it's not as much interest in the sport of boxing. But hey, check out the Welterweight Boxing Talk playlist. Thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop video. Financially, want to support the channel, Cash App, $, CJ Good 313, Venmo, CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Appreciate the love, support. Let me know in the comment section. Peace.